Hey, I promised you a really cool story this week about Johnny Cash, the man in black. Here it comes. Welcome back. I am Scott from ScottyTheNJMedium.com. I promised you a really cool story about the man in black, Johnny Cash himself. You know, we all know Johnny Cash. Maybe you don't. The man in black led a super life, lived a very human life for being such a major music star. Well, music and the paranormal often go hand in hand. I myself am a bit of a musician. Nothing like Johnny Cash, of course, otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. However, I am into the spirit stuff just like he was. So let's talk about what might be just a rumor or a made-up story, but it's cool nonetheless. Here we go. So, story has it that Johnny Cash had a friend who played the drums. And they went to mediums and psychics to try to understand if there was life beyond death here on Earth. Many of us do that, right? Well, they couldn't ever find definitive proof, but they did make a pact. And they said, listen, buddy, if I go for you, I'm gonna let you know about life after death. And we have a special sentence that only a real medium will be able to pick up. And it will prove beyond a doubt that I'm okay on the other side. It did happen. There's two versions of it. I'm gonna tell you my favorite one, and then I'll leave a link to the article with the other one. Okay? Here we go. So Johnny Cash's buddy, the drummer, passes away before Johnny does, right? And years go by. And Johnny Cash never hears the sentence from any mediums or psychics. And it sounds like he probably had given up on it, like, it's not gonna happen, he's never coming through to talk to me. Now the story I heard, my favorite one, is that a medium is traveling through the southern United States, putting along, on her way to his next adventure, doing ghost stuff, or readings, or whatever it is that he's doing. And he's listening to the radio, and he's from the north, and he's not a real big country music fan, and he hears Johnny Cash on the radio. He's playing his guitar, having a good time. And he says, I feel like there's a message coming through. I better write this down because it's very strange. And he writes down something that comes through. After he's done listening to the song and writing the message down, he finds the nearest payphone. Because this is before cell phone. And he calls the radio station and talks to the DJ, and he said, who was that on the radio? The DJ must have laughed at him. He said, sir, that is the man in black, Johnny Cash himself. How do you not know who that is? And the medium says, I don't know. I'm from the north, buddy. We don't listen to Johnny Cash up here. We got, I don't know, whatever we listen to. So, he says to the DJ, I am a medium, if you can believe that, and I have a special message for Mr. Johnny Cash. And the DJ happened to have that hookup. And he says, well, I can get you in touch with that gentleman. What's the message? And he says, well, it's from beyond the grave. I got the chills just telling you the story. I think it's from his friend, who was also a musician. And I'd like to tell Mr. Cash in person if that's okay. So, they arrange the meeting, and he sits down with Johnny Cash. And he says, sir, I had this message. And it is this. The drummer is a rummer and can't hold a beat. Now, Mr. Johnny Cash must dang near fell out of his seat because that was it. That was the magic sentence that he and his friend had come up with to prove that there was life after death. Now, the first time I heard that story, I thought it was unbelievable, and I researched it, and I found a second version of that story similar to that one, but not quite as fun or extraordinary. And I'm going to leave a link to the article down here below to that article so you can read the second version of it, okay? I hope you enjoyed that story about Johnny Cash, the man in black, and his magic sentence between him and his friend from beyond the grave. If you haven't yet, hit like, hit subscribe, ring that bell for more cool stories like that and your psychic and mediumship development right here with me, Scotty, the NJ Medium. I'll see you guys later.